Hello, I'm tutelarfiber7, and
And I'm SRD underscore 27 commentating for this RPG Maker speedrun.
yep, I'll be doing off for you today. So let's not waste any time. I can hear my mashing in my head.
Has time started yet?
No, it'll start when I confirm the name here. So we'll
Brilliant.
start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so off is a RPG Maker game about the batter here who has been in limbo for a while, but now he has been summoned back, I guess, to purify all the zones of corruption. There's a lot of backstory to this game that even playing through it multiple times, it's hard to understand. But here's the judge. Zone 0 is the judge's zone. He doesn't know why we're here, but he's happy to have company. He is our tutorial. He's going to ask us if we want to learn how to do combat. Hopefully I say no. Did the combat skip? Easy. And a repeating kind of puzzle here, as you see on the wall, it tells us what order to activate these buttons. Nope. This one has the solution in a different room. And that's the end of Zone 0 for now.
One small tech at the start there. Tutelar Fiber uses a single letter name because that makes the dialogue faster. Okay, we were on the world map there for like 1 second, I think. Or how it's called in this game, it's called a nothingness.
Now we're in Zone 1. In this zone, the ruler is Deedon. He used to be a very fair boss, running each city and what they mine or export to each of the other zones, but now he's become corrupt. And you'll notice when different NPCs start a dialogue, they'll make a noise. It definitely doesn't get annoying. Right here, they're talking about how they mine smoke from the underground. So they have the essential needs to breathe, I believe. It's been a while since I read it.
Basically, I think smoke is like one of the 4 main elements in this game. And we're gonna get introduced to more and more elements as we progress through the game.
But the problem with this miner not being able to let us go through is there is a specter underground and he wants us to take care of it since we tell him we're here to purify. We once again meet the judge and learn that it is not a specter, it is the most powerful add-on in the game. Add-on being side characters.
Yeah, basically your companions through this game.
We'd let him know that he was freaking out for nothing and to let us go through. So right away, I'm gonna unequip both of us. Change the combat from waiting to active. The waiting combat means when I'm in a menu during combat that the ATB gauge will pause, but now it will not. In this first fight, we're gonna auto fight because menuing the fight is slow and I have no competence or skills to use at the moment. And I unequipped the equipment because it doesn't do more damage right now and it adds an animation to each attack. Pepper Steak is great battle music. And that is a perfect first fight, no misses. We scripted to get 4 luck tickets or basic heals. Gonna grab a heal. And this is the only required grind in the run. We have to get Alpha to level 2 for it to learn its first competence, Saturated Chain, for an upcoming mission. Nice crit. Usually that takes 5 hits. We need 400 experience total. We're gonna need one more encounter. And I have to keep track of my experience. Nice crit. Return for one of those is really good. Alright, that's 540 experience. Here we're going to learn about the second element, how they extract metal from cows in order to have all the metals they use for daily life. And all of these pictures they're showing are in French because this was originally made by a Belgian developer. And for the first 3 years of the game, it was not translated to English.
Science lesson number 1, you extract metal from cows.
So that NPC asked us to go into the barn and purify it. There are 5 specters. We're not going to be using the batter at all. If we do any action with the batter, it'll spawn another enemy. So that's why we need Alpha to have a competence. Because Alpha's the only one going to be doing something right now. There are a lot of events that depend on the batter only. And it's just a way to get around it. Let me take a safety heal. I don't want Alpha to die. It's already getting concerning.
Yeah, I believe when like a regular
Please.
player doing a casual playthrough, they'll be like attacking the ghost with the batter and then you'll start spawning more enemies, right?
Yeah, spawn an enemy every action the batter takes. We're hoping to get silver flesh from these ghosts. I don't believe we've got one yet. No. Getting too into the music. The last one is downstairs. There's one silver flesh. I don't believe we got another. Check real quick. No, we got 2. That's fine. All we need is 2. We don't have to grab a chest later. Deedon is one of the louder characters in the game. I also believe it's the only character that curses in the game. There's a lot from Deedon. I have to talk to this NPC to let him know the barn is purified. They ask us not to kill Deedon, but we're doing that anyway.
In my mic here, Didan's voice is louder than yours.
I'm fine with that. 540. I can auto attack this. Alpha will decide to attack or competence automatically depending on how much health it has left, so I don't have to decide. Very convenient. This is the third element, which is plastic, and I don't remember what plastic is for. You recall?
Not really. We could watch a dialogue.
I'm trying to read it.
That they fill in forms in the foam and in the office. They fill in forms and then ship the packages for some reason.
They ship the plastic.
Liquid plastic forms in lakes. Yeah, so we got introduced to the third element. Like the first one is
Smoke.
smoke, right? The second is metal, and third one now is plastic. Anyone in chat can try to guess what the fourth element will be.
I forget where you have to go to figure out the floor to go to, but there are 99,999 floors to check. There is a hint somewhere. And there are special floors too. But as you can see based off the Elson taking weird forms, that there's a lot of corruption here. The batter's very justified in purifying the zones.
Floor 10,258. So this office is really like almost 100,000 floor tall, right?
Yes, and I messed that up. I went the other way on the last one.
Yeah, a bit of twist in the story here. We see the Elson, who's just like a regular harmless NPC, got transformed into Spectre, and his head turns into like some kind of dark fountain.
We originally think Deaton is part of the reason for the Spectres, but we can see Deaton's very upset they exist. And lets us know about it. Dares us to come fight him. We accept. And this run is 99% glitchless. There's not really much found or able to be found. Two, 1, 2, 3, 2, 7. Nice crit. We don't want these animal-looking ones to use square game on Alpha because that drains CP, and we need CP from Alpha to go through these fights quickly. And this is the final element, meat, which is in the meat rivers here.
So what do we get again? We got smoke, metal, plastic, and meat. So that's the 4 main elements of this game.
Yes, and they're all the first element according to these Elson. The first and most important.
Also, before the fight just now, if you see like we have like a series of questions. So that's kind of puzzles where we need to look for clues around the area. But because we already know the solution, then yeah, we just like skip the clues and enter all of those puzzle answers straight away.
I'm glad none of these are random. And when it comes to... okay, it drained all my SP. That's fine. CP. When it comes to dialogue choices, I can press the cancel button to choose the second choice without menuing down. I haven't seen that in another game before. It's very convenient. I'm at 710. I'm keeping track of my random encounter experience because I would like to be level 4 with Alpha before the Deedon fight. Requires 1,343 experience. It's arranged to knock these out while the batter's level 3 in 2 hits. That puts me at 1010. I need 3 more of those, or an encounter of 3. Oops. 4, 9, 8, 2, 6, 5, 9, 0. That opens the door to Deedon's building. Wish we could listen to that whole thing. Gonna heal the batter. Actually, I don't think I needed to. I don't think these things can do anything but a basic attack. I wanted 3 of them, but now I have to get another encounter. This will just be barely short. Of course. If we didn't know what it was, we do know now. A host and tech are dancing back there.
Yeah, maybe you can swap the camera to the host for like 10 seconds.
We're gonna have one more. Alright, now we have Alpha level 4. Alpha learns a weighted embrace, which is the attack or competence that poisons, has a chance to poison enemies. Left. This never changes. The solution to this is the door you get closer to, the music gets louder. You can get an encounter in these rooms. Let's get the Joker first. Joker is our revive. I'm gonna do a safety save because this fight sucks. It is the hardest fight in the game. And I'm gonna say it now. On this fight and the optional boss fight, for every reset I do, I will be donating $100. I'm hoping to not die so much.
Yeah, so it's important here to keep track of like our character's HP. It's like once it gets low, then tutelarfiber will need to heal them straight away, ASAP. And the boss is tough, like lots of health. We need like I think about 20 or 40 attacks. I don't remember.
About 40.
40 I guess.
4,000 HP. Furious means berserk.
Ooh, Battler is at low health there. So we need to heal it ASAP. The luck ticket is the healing item in this game.
No, I wide angled. When you have a Furious, it resets your position and your competence.
We have a rather limited amount of healing items as well. Like if yesterday I tried to watch the world record and like he beat this boss like just barely when like he completely ran out of healing items.
I Furious again. Just in case we didn't know Deaton's health.
That speech bubble there, it's an actual enemy, but it doesn't do anything. So we're just going to ignore it for now.
I healed the wrong one. Don't kill. It killed. It's fine. I have one Joker. This is probably a reset. I'm not healing this. Now I'll heal it. I'm not healing it. I have no heals. Just don't attack Alpha ever again, please. Never mind. Alright, that's one reset. Thank you, Deaton.
You get to hear the music again.
Someone keep track of my resets. I don't want to think about it.
We'll write them down, don't worry.
Also, one fun fact about Dedan, so his ability names, I think it's based on clocks. Like I think there's like one called Sweep Hand, another one called Hour Hand there. Hour Hand is the one that could deal like a negative status effect.
Belial. No. I can only use one Belial meat safely. I have to save the other one for the other boss.
Belial's meat is the item that heals the status effects. And yeah, we also get a limited item of it. So earlier Alpha got a sleep, but if we don't have a way to heal it straight away, so yeah, Alpha end up not being able to do anything for a few turns, which makes this hard fight even harder.
Don't kill me. No.
Okay, batteries at low health here. Okay, good thing we get the heal on time. Okay, Alpha is the one that needs to be healed now. Also, Alpha has a low competence point there, so we use the Silver Flash to restore his CP. So CP in this game is just like MP in like other RPG games, where we need the CP to cast our skills. The batter's HP is kind of borderline there at 105.
I'm leaving it.
So if you look at the speedrun guide, it says, hey, if your health is below 105, heal it.
Should be dead soon. Oh, oof. Poor Alpha. There we go.
Just need to get rid of this little speech bubble that doesn't actually do anything.
Eden awards us with the Cancer card, which gives us access to the next zone. Cancer being the zodiac sign.
Yeah, so story-wise, now that the boss is dead in the zone, then we purify the zone.
And there is nothing left in the zone, supposedly.
Like that 100,000 tall, 100,000 floor tall office, it's all gone now.
Off to zone 2.
Would you have time for a few donations?
Please.
All right. We have $15 from Cass. Tute, devastated I can't be there in person to see your run, but Little Meow and I are cheering you on from our couch. Good fun, have fast, go luck. We have a $50 anonymous donation saying, I hear myself in my head, this feels off. And we have $37 from Stylenide, I love ASM.
Alright, we're buying a page from this. Ellison, you gotta talk to him twice. And Cass was the runner that was supposed to be doing the block that I'm in right now, Bioshock, but unfortunately he could not make it. I'm glad to see he was able to watch. So we want to get to the top to confront the guardian of the zone, but the librarian will not let us to the upper floors without first fixing the bookshelves and then clearing the specters of the floor above this. So I can press the cancel button to insert page here and grab each page without menuing down. I can get an encounter in this room. They're usually guaranteed fleas, and you're also likely just to not see the encounter. I hope to not see it. That's a confirmation that we put all the pages in the right bookshelf. We have to go let the librarian know that it's done. They will open the upper floor for us. And here we meet Valerie, which is the judge's brother. Or is it? They call themselves Japhet, which is the name of the guardian of this zone. But we don't know why yet. So Valerie is one of the 3 enemies we can poison in this game. And the poison did go off. It's about a 70% chance for Valerie to get poisoned. Makes this fight about 15 to 20 seconds faster. After a certain amount of hits, Valley will take half of our max HP away right here, but that's fine. Should be dead very quickly. You make me sad that this music is ending. And as a reward, we get our second add-on, Omega. Not as good as Alpha, but still does damage. So we don't need to let them know that we cleared the specters, but we're heading off to the shop. You may notice that each transition looks the same, and only the arrows let us know where we are. Right here I'm buying 3 fortune tickets, 2 jokers for the upcoming optional boss fight. But we have to make it through here in order to unlock the pedalo to get to the amusement park.
I think this is supposed to be some sort of shopping mall,
Possibly.
but the layout is so messy that it ends up being like a maze practically. And coming up pretty soon, we're gonna have to fight a very difficult optional boss fight.
Alright, after our little talk with the judge, we can unlock the pedalo. Now we head to the amusement park. Currently we need to enter the residential area to progress the story, but in order to go to the residential area, we have to have a necktie. And the only way to get one is to win a prize at the balloon game here. Not this balloon. That balloon gives us another big healing item. I forget the name of this game, but as long as you choose a total being 4, then you'll win this game. Oh, I didn't. Don't worry about it. There we go. And now he's mad that I won, so he's gonna fight me. He's muted. Muted is the same as silenced in other RPGs. And now that we have defeated him both in minigames and combat, we receive the necktie. And everyone's panicking because that amusement park worker was corrupted. This is where we deviate from the story to go back to Purified Zone 1. And this is not a deviation from the old route. The old route we would grind in Purified Zone 1 to prepare for the rest of the game. But oh, what one was it? In 2020, we had a Japanese runner come in who found a Let's Play from 2013 talking about how this optional boss is vulnerable to poison. And this optional boss, being Sucre, or Sugar, is even difficult when you're level 20, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be some sort of a post-game boss. Like an end-game, post-game boss.
But poison in this game deals 1/20th of your max HP regardless of buffs, defenses, anything. So all we have to do is survive 20 turns and then just poke them. And they'll have 1 HP left. You cannot die from poison. You will always end at 1 HP, so they have to be hit at least once. In order to be allowed to interact with Sucre, we have to have a grand item, which there's one grand item in each purified zone. And also to get the special or third ending, you have to have all the grand items. But we just need the one. Each of these rooms, even in like houses, can have an encounter. I don't want to see it because there is a chance you cannot run very quickly. But so far it's been very nice. I'm gonna jinx it right now. Alright, we're gonna grab 4 Abaddon meat for selling later. And encounter list, very nice. Grab the Monday to sell, the grand item, make a safety save, and let the mistake begin. Sucre is under the judge's house in a secret basement. We gotta hope that Alpha can poison within the first 2 turns, otherwise I will reset the fight. It's not worth it. You can see how slow our ATB gauge moves. They'll get 2 turns before we can even do anything. That's how much faster they are. Don't, oh no. So, I'm just gonna let it go. Alpha got Madness, which just drains the ATB gauge when it was their turn. Very unfortunate. I'm gonna give it 1 more turn. You wanna explain the mask?
Yeah, so Sugar, the boss, have like a couple of masks besides her.
There's 4 masks.
Yeah, 4 masks. And each of them will cast like some sort of buff. Like I think one of them is, for example, the loose mask, sick mask, blind mask. I think
it's poisoned, alright.
Nice, it's poisoned, yeah. So that's the main strategy here in this game. In this fight, we're just gonna poison the boss and let the poison take do almost all of the damage in this game. See, like 600 damage per poison, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since it does 120 of its health, that means it had 12,000 HP.
So right now we're just gonna have to survive and heal ourselves while waiting for the boss to die. And so poison, it can actually kill an enemy. So we could see that she'll be almost
Okay,
oh,
got it first try.
Nice.
In practice, the most resets I had in a run was 9. I was hoping to not donate $900 at once.
Yeah, we just have to kill the mass besides her now.
And
Yeah.
we need everyone alive to get the experience here. It's very important. We're going to go from level 5 to level 10 immediately, which I believe is higher than runs were without fighting this, even with the grinding.
I think these masks, they are supposed to be casting some sort of like defensive buff on the sugar, isn't it? Like they cast like resistance against certain status effects.
They actually don't cast resistances, even though it looks like it. It's just defense buff, apparently.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually affect the poison damage at all.
No, it's about a 30% chance to get poisoned, and we did get it on its second turn, but first hit. Alright, and that's Sucre dead. Optional fight, but it saved probably 6 to 7 minutes just with how much faster things are.
Yes, it gives a lot of level boost. I think you level up from what, like 5 to 10, I think? I don't remember exactly.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, some shopping here where we sell a bunch of items
I need to sell more.
that we don't use anymore.
I need 10 expirations.
And yeah, we're buying 10 expiration. So expiration is the damage item in this game. You just use it and it will deal like about 400 base damage straight away, ignoring enemies' defenses.
Back to the story. We're going to the residential area now that we have the necktie. Gotta put it on. It's not actually an equipment item. We use it from the menu.
Yeah, these are the residential apartments, I believe.
Yeah, the residential area. The Elson are kind of retaliating against the work, I think. Oh, alright, you can mash during, or open the menu during the cutscene. So, Japheth or Valerie releases specters on them. We have to save the residential area. There are 8 of them. And we do have a time limit. Before the Sucre route, we would have to hit them with all 3 and hope that it kills. Now we just need 2 hits. If you don't kill it in 3 hits, it'll split up into 5 enemies and just take much, much longer. That's a good spot for it to be. And we're about to see one of the few glitches in the game. This waterfall right above me has no collision. Saves about 2 seconds versus walking around. If you have any more donations, now would be a good time.
No donations, but we do have a few messages that we can share with our audience. So I'm going to start with who we are and what we do. We are AusSpeedruns. We are a community of speedrunners based in Australia who run marathons raising money for charity. In this particular marathon, we are supporting Game on Cancer, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers working across all areas of cancer research. They have the aim to make this the last generation to die from cancer. In addition to donating, the Twitch revenue we receive throughout the event will also be given to Game on Cancer. This includes bits and subscriptions to the AusSpeedruns channel. It's another way to support them. If you can't necessarily donate through that means, if you've got something there on Twitch, we can still accept that. Donating will also let you influence several incentives that we have open over the course of the marathon. Right now, we have bid wars, 4 bid wars oh, 5 bid wars rather. Two of which are for The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which is going to be coming up after this run. The Bid War 2 name Link is heavily contested right now. At the moment, in the lead is the man of the marathon, Flavio, at $645.70. Trans Rights coming second at $520. Celeste, NotFX, and Abatukam all have money on them, but realistically, they're going to need quite a lot to catch up. We also have an incentive open to name Epona. Worcester is leading at $295. Honts is coming second at $165, and we have Horsey, Hose, and Agro at smaller values. We will also have a decision to kill or spare Snotty on floor 4 of Pizza Tower tomorrow. Well, today, I guess, technically. That one, much more modest so far. Spare is currently leading on $70 to kill at $35. So that one, if you feel you want to influence it, it's much easier to influence. We will then have a bid war for the team used for the 2014 FIFA World Cup run. Australia is in the lead on 185, Brazil second place on 141.05 cents. Argentina is in third place on 120, and Germany last place but on 110. They're in striking distance.
Whale, no whale. Okay. Go on.
All right, and then for our final incentive. For, I believe, our final run of the marathon, we have the Grinch for language selection. At the moment, English has a healthy lead on $300, but Italian is at a respectable second place at $195. We've already had a pretty compelling case made for it.
I forgot. You go ahead.
All right, no worries. So, yeah, vote for Italian if you want it. Fettuccine, I believe, was the word of the day. French, unfortunately not very competitive on 15. German on 10. Spanish on nothing. If you donate, you will be in the running to win several prizes. We have automatic draws at the end of our events. Anyone who donates at least $20 will automatically go in the running to win one of our Steam game bundles. We also have other prize vouchers available for people in Australia. We will have Urban Climb are supporting our event. They've generously contributed 7 prize vouchers for entry into any urban climb across Australia, as well as the included gear hire. Our major sponsor for this event is Gigabyte. If you're in Australia and you donate at least $50, you go into the running for one of our 2 32-inch Gigabyte MO32U monitors. Finally, thanks to the generosity of one member of our community, we are offering a grand prize of a brand new Nintendo Switch 2 console. If you've donated at least $50 over the course of the marathon, you will automatically be in the running for this prize. If you want more information or more specific details about these, you can go to prizes.ausspeedruns.com. Last but not least, we are also running a raffle ticket system for people who make cash donations during the day. Every $5 in cash donated will put you in for a separate raffle that gives you access to physical prizes that have been donated by members of our community. These include some amazing handicrafts. Last time there was a raffle for them, it was a riot at the closing ceremony. I'm sure there's a lot more there to see. So that's $5 in cash will give you 1 raffle ticket, scaling as much as you wish. These cash donations can also be put towards incentives.
Alright, so with the residential areas saved, the judge joined our party. He doesn't do anything. We've gone up to confront Valerie. Turns out Japheth, the guardian, was inside Valerie the whole time. That's why there was a bird wearing a cat hat. But the 2 phases of that fight, we just had to take 5 turns with the batter. The damage didn't matter. And then the real phase began. And it was a very quick fight because of how over-leveled we are now. Now we're off to Zone 3. Which is more of the industrial zone. Thought I entered. What is it, zone 0? That'd have been interesting. Easy 12-minute time save. Alright, zone 3, the Guardian is Enoch. I believe this is supposed to be like industry capitalism.
Some kind of factory, sugar factory.
Yeah, it's mostly production of sugar. I know in the lore in the beginning, Enoch was very fair, everyone loved him. And that's because he let the workers eat the sugar, and the sugar is very addictive and reality altering. And now they're just happy but addicted, and he's not worrying about it. Might just let this play. Shit, I should have doubled the one. It's fine.
Just a bit of context, our host is dancing very gracefully here, outside of the camera.
And I took such a weird path to get to this room because there are very direct lines you can move in this building. Otherwise, you get a forced encounter you cannot flee from, you have to fight. And it sucks. And after the fight, you're forced back to the beginning of the room. The other door on the left I ignored. It contains our third add-on, third companion. We don't need them now. They don't really save time, and the game will just give us them not automatically, to pick up at a faster location a bit later. So that's the end of Area 1 in Zone 3. There are 4 total.
No.
This is another set of puzzles with levers. Flip all 3 to make this the lever on the left accessible, and then when we flip the one with the C up, it lets us into the next room. That scared me. In this whole building here, there's a chance you don't have to get an encounter, and you cannot be able to flee. And I got pulsed? No, I have seen that. I'm not gonna say it. Can I heal this?
We
No.
don't have the Belial speed, isn't it? And so we can't flee in this fight?
I'm gonna have to fight.
Ah.
Okay, I'm on Policy. I forgot it wears off. That was concerning.
Oh, right, yeah, so it's... The batter is the only character that can flee. Yeah, now I remember why we can't flee just now.
Our companions cannot flee.
Yeah, the batter got palsied, so he can't move, and we need to wait until the batter got restored to flee.
I'm gonna be way underestimated. I'll just let it play. Okay. I forget where we learn the code for this door, but in all, 6 versions of the game, it's the same. I don't know if you need to put a space in the... other versions, or if it was case sensitive.
Yeah, fun fact was that the password that he put in just now, it's a name of a serial killer. And a bit of plot just now. I think the Elson ends up. What exactly happened to them? Like they getting angry or like they rebel against the specters, and they end up turning into specters themselves.
Yeah, the sugar is addictive and mind altering. It's just corrupting them.
No.
But it makes them happy, so Enoch is happy. He does want the best for his people. He's just doing it the wrong
No.
way.
No.
Unless you're into that. So you gotta quickly flip this switch so we can leave.
Oh, one of our characters are poisoned.
The batter's poisoned,
Yeah.
but it's fine. All these Elson are corrupted now. If they are chasing us. And that's the end of area 2. Now we go to the worst area of this game because it's an RNG mini game. We have to go to the top of this smokestack and jump in order to enter this area. This minigame involves a free fall where there are specters and there are add-ons. We have to collect 10 add-ons without dying. And we have to be in the direct center in order to be hit or collect. And it's just random whether they appear, where they appear, if I have time to get to them. Two more. Any day. Thank you. I don't know if that damage does anything, because I know he's poisoned. He is still alive. If I come down to this NPC while the batter is dead, then it is a game over. I've learned that the hard way. That was before Sucre, though, and the fight right before us could actually kill the batter. They talk about the 5th secret element, sugar, which I believe they get from burning the corpses of the people. I did not know where they got these pictures from.
It's funny how it might just be some like random textbooks and then like they turned it into like a very spooky, scary picture.
Yeah, at the end of that, they would say without sugar, they could no longer bear reality and go mad. Now we can leave.
No.
And if you notice, Valerie is wearing the judge mask. The judge is mourning the death of his brother, Valerie. So Zachary is taking the place of the judge by wearing a mask. We love Zachary. He is our shop. He gives us what we need. Just waiting a few seconds until the tram has to stop. There's something outside stopping us. It's the first use of the expirations that we bought earlier. Even though I'm low health, this enemy will not attack. It'll only scream for help. So we will put it out of its misery. Expiration. We're only going to be using 2 expirations.
Yeah, you can see the expiration deals like more than double the damage of our other attacks here.
That was not what I wanted. And that saves about 10 seconds to use 2 expirations. We do not want to talk to Zachary from the side here. So you see, we're forced into a slow walk animation to get next to him. If we talk to him from the side, then it starts the animation and it never turns it off, and we'll be slowly walking for the rest of the game. And it's terrible. I did that casually, and it was really hard running away from things.
But we actually have the opposite glitch here.
And there is a not useful glitch I'll show off real quick that someone found on Reddit recently, I think within the past year, that you can just get super fast. It's not useful in any percent. It's useful in the third special ending, where we can go back to the purified zones and collect all the grand items. Up, left.
Yeah, the issue here is that we need to solve this puzzle, and when we solve the puzzle, then the speed got fixed. So unfortunately, we can't keep like the increased speed bug.
That was not the right code. Down, left, up, right, right, up.
But the glitch, it could be useful on like the third ending category, where we have to walk around a bunch of like optional places. So we activate this glitch, do a bunch of optional stuff, and then come back to continue the story.
This one is... I'm not gonna look it up. I remembered it.
I'm amazed you remember all that on the top of your head.
And now we get our last add-on. Quickly heal. We don't want Enoch to bop us. I'm gonna show off, I wanna try to show off some wrong warps here. As well as, well, for the resets that I won't be resetting anymore. It's very safe now, but there's 2 wrong warps here that save 2 seconds if I get it first try. Lose time for every other try. If I get it first try, if I get both first try, $100 each. You never go form and runs because it saves 2 seconds if you get it first try, loses 7 seconds per failed attempt after that. But we cannot kill Enoch here. We have to flee.
And the flee is not 100% chance as well, isn't it?
No, it's not 100%. It feels like 2% sometimes. So in order to do this wrong warp, we have to immediately get into the fight again. And I have to flee first turn for it to save time. Okay, that's $200. Come down here to the next room. We wrong warp to the room down. We can do it again. Gonna let me flee first turn? Nope. No flee. Second turn. So we saved 2, lost 7, lost 5 seconds. That's fine. It's the only wrong warps in the game. In practice, I got both of them first try just a minute ago, and I was very upset. So Enoch is no longer chasing us. That was a whole chase sequence we never got to see because we wrong warped. But we think we're leaving, but nope. Time to fight Enoch. We can actually fight him now. We're going to be using the rest of our expirations. Only with Omega. No, Epsilon. Epsilon only has multi-hit moves that don't deal a lot of damage to single enemies. So it's better to use the damage items with just that one add-on. If Epsilon doesn't get a turn to use it, I'll do it with the batter instead. Because that's the character that does the second least amount of damage. And I want the expirations used early. No. Well, I've been using Run with Brace. I should be using Run with Courage. It does slight more damage on average, even though it's earlier competence that we learn. I think it has to do with different resistances.
Yeah, because some enemies have different resistance to the different elements. Like yeah, one of those 4 elements with the smoke, metal, plastic, meat.
It should be dead soon. There we go. Got the Aquarius card. We can now enter zone... Not zone. Zone... No, the room is the zone. The final area of the game where it counts down from chapter 5 to chapter 0. Roughly 10 to 12 minutes left in the run, I believe.
Do you reckon we can get some donations in?
Go ahead.
All right, we have $50 from Crayon Crayoff. Let's go, Gucci brother. And $10 from FF300 Flavio. TP name of Link.
Alright, bit of a volume warning here. With the multi-hit attack, it does stack the sound for each hit, and there's 8 enemies here. I'll only be attacking with Epsilon with the multi-hit attack. No. If I remember. It's not that bad. It's a lot worse on my PC. Doesn't matter that Epsilon's blinded, competence still hits. Enter this new area, leave, and that's chapter 5. Chapter 4, we get to learn about the 3 guardians that we just defeated. The whole premise of this game I can kind of explain now. It's our kids' imagination gone real.
Yeah, I don't think there's an actual solid answer to what's the actual story behind this game, but yeah, the speculation is that it's imagination from a kid who have a father who's like either emotionally distant or abusive.
But also seen as one that solves and purifies the things around him. So the batter represents purity in this case. We talked to Deedon. Deedon wants to know what day it is or something. So we go back here to grab the calendar. And the mother of the kid was, I think, uninterested in being a mother and kind of left the child with the batter, but the kid always wanted his mother around, so he imagined a world where his mother was the queen, the batter lived in limbo as someone who purifies, and then the queen just ruled over while the child was protected in his own little room. The role of the judge was to determine if these zones were becoming corrupted, and the judge failed at that role. The queen, I believe, banished him, and things were just out of control. That's why the batter came out of limbo to purify all the zones. I'm probably mixing some stuff up in there, but that is mostly the premise of this game. So we freed everybody. They'll give us a secret day. And then we get access to the next chapter.
I think we got to see all the first 3 bosses before they become corrupted, isn't it?
I believe so. They've come to terms with what we're doing as well. Oh, my save files are gone. I just continued the first one that it gave me. Come over here, talk to the giant Elson. Elson gives us a code. We enter that code. Thank you, Elson. Talk to Elson again. He wants a different code. We know the code. We give him that code. He gives us a Sagittarius card. We can move on. This isn't the end of this chapter, though. We have to choose a different save file. And now we're upside down. Don't worry, we're on a sphere, so we'll eventually round out. We've got one more code puzzle, and that's it for this chapter. I don't remember the reason for this chapter. It probably has a good reason.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the first RPGs back then that has so many metagaming twists, like changing the main menu.
Now we're in chapter 2. We get to play a mini game within the game. We become the boxer who is trying to stop the batters. You said there was something to do with the boxer in the real world?
Don't remember the details either, but I think speculation was that it might just be like a storybook that the kid reads and it takes form into this game. And then I think the batter being the enemy in this like storybook, it kind of represents that we, the batter in this game, is actually the bad guy. Like yeah, so we have a boxer here fighting like enemy batters.
And the way these spawn are not random. They're the same every time. I will not hit one, I swear. I do it every time. Okay, we're good. There was just 3 rooms. This is another instance where this may be loud. I kill all of them at the same time. Whenever they let me. Yeah. Very loud bass sound. That is the end of chapter 2. We'll be going to the last shop before ending the game. I'm gonna sell everything.
We want 20,000 credits to buy 20 expiration. That costs like 1,000 credit each.
Yes, we barely have 20,000. We don't normally need all 20, but it's safe. Chapter 1 is the Queen, where we confront the Queen, who we blame for letting the world get corrupted. And seeing the color change behind me on the screen is freaking me out. So our determination is we have to purify the Queen. And the Queen is guilt-tripping us. Saying how we were never there for the kid. Even though she's the one who... No, what am I doing? I need to expiration the left add-on. And the Queen is another enemy that can be poisoned. It's about a 70% chance.
Yeah, so you see just now the left add-on actually heals the Queen, which is why we want to focus on
And
killing
now
the left add-on.
She got poisoned first hit, which is good.
Nice. Yeah, 201 each poison triggers, right?
So once the left add-on's dead, we'll immediately target the Queen. With expirations.
Yeah, the other 2 add-ons, they aren't really important, isn't it?
No, they just buff.
Yeah, I think that the expiration, it also ignores the enemy's defense. Which is also another reason why expiration is a very, very powerful item.
All right, the queen has been overthrown. Chapter 0, we're here to confront our child for creating this reality. And we determine the only way to deal with this reality is to purify it. It's a bit sad, but we have to get rid of the child. You take between 4 to 6 expirations. Those are good hits. It should just be 5. Alright, one more fight, and then time is coming up.
And the kid is purified.
Up here is the off switch to permanently delete this reality. But the judge confronts us, saying that he now sees that we are the monster, that we need to stop. And we have a choice now. We choose to side with the judge because it's much, much faster. And we now truly see what we've looked like this whole time. 3 aneurysm ruptures will kill. Get ready, and time. All adversaries are purified. I'm not gonna play this out because this VOD will get copyrighted.
Basically, the credit song uses
Somewhere
over the rainbow. Yeah.
So maybe okay in 2008, not today. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, ASM, for letting me run. Shout outs to the OFF community and the RPG Maker community. And everyone who donated and is donating and has donated. I love you all. Thank you, SRD, and thank you, ASM.
It's been a thrill having you here. Thank you once again, and congrats to tutelarfiber running us through that one. We will have a brief setup period before we look at our next run. This one's going to be not too long. Oh. I do have word from management that before we get into The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, we will have a surprise run, so please don't go anywhere. We'll have something for you. Thank you for waiting, everybody. We have a wonderful, happy surprise for you. If everyone can please get ready to put their most joyous faces on, Noops will be bringing us Smile For Me, 22 happy habitations. Take it away.